follow, how you gonna feel if you ain't hollow? How you gonna lend if they don't borrow? How you gonna drink if you don't swallow? How you gonna preach if you don't listen? How you gonna manage with the cooks in the kitchen? How you gonna wear it if it ain't fitting? How you gonna move if you're still sticking? How you gonna be an art if you don't wonder? How you gonna rain if you don't thunder? How you gonna eat if you don't hunger? How you gonna breathe if you're 6 feet under? Glory to our God, our God. Glory to our God. How you gonna be forgiven if you don't forgive? How you gonna have a life if you don't live? When you hit a wall, don't give in, just give. How am I gonna see if I don't look? How am I gonna read if I don't have the book? How am I gonna walk if I don't stand? How am I gonna rise without his hand? Even though I try, I still stumble, running with the ball, I still fumble. How am I gonna decide if I don't choose? How am I gonna know if you don't spread good news? I needed to. If we don't swallow, how we gonna preach if we don't listen? How we gonna manage with the cooks in the kitchen? How we gonna wear it if it ain't fitting? How we gonna move if we're still sticking? How we gonna be an art if we don't wonder? How we gonna rain if we don't thunder? How we gonna eat if we don't hunger? How we gonna breathe if we're 6 feet under? Glory to our